right? Now, there's various methods been used to describe how to look at this, right? So first of all, let's say it's straight out. The gold standard for evaluating sleep is an overnight polysomnography test, okay? That's the gold standard. All the literature is based on it. All the certainty is based on it. That's what it is, okay? Now, I want to go through this with you very carefully. Multiple things, right? One, with my regular patients, right? Just forget about workers' compensation, just my regular patients. When I would send them to these overnight labs, I got a lot of complaints, right? It's cold, it's dark, I don't like being there with some strange person watching me sleep. I can't sleep if I'm not in my regular bed. So those are some of the problems with those polysomnography overnight tests. Number two, they can be very expensive, thousands of dollars, right? But there's good data that you can do other things that are home-based testing, and there's literature, and I've given you quotations here, citations here, of literature that says, look, you can do home testing and get a very good, clear result, right? By doing it at home, as opposed to sending it to a lab. And what happens if you do that? It's much cheaper. It's much quicker. The portable units don't cost nearly the same amount. That's why I do these portable units, okay? At the current time, screening for sleep apnea is insufficient, right? Now, this depends on who you talk to. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means that you have all these patients, and all these people write down things like, I can't sleep, I don't sleep well, right? And you say, well, okay, we got to investigate this. But there's actually some literature that says, look, it doesn't matter what they say. For a lot of these people, unless you see bad complications or bad reports, there's no good data about screening them for sleep apnea, where other people say, oh, that's wrong. If people are having significant sleep complaints, you should screen them. What they do say, there's no difference in outcome by who does this work. Is it a sleep specialist, a primary care provider? It doesn't matter, right? As long as they have the equipment, that's what matters, right? But sleep apnea is very important. Why? Because look at all these things that are associated with sleep apnea. Look at that. Accidents, obesity, hypertension, strokes, clots, right? Look at all that stuff, right? Which means that if somebody has sleep apnea, it can contribute to these things. And it also means that if somebody has hypertension or has some of these other metabolic changes, they could be at risk for sleep apnea, and they could clue you in, right? And we do know that if you don't sleep well, by the way, this is true, sleep apnea, no sleep apnea. If you don't sleep well, if you don't try to get yourself 7 to 8 hours, it actually makes it that you're going to have weight gain. Now, I want you to think about it. Think. Look at this. Look. You would think, they'd say, well, Mark, I'm a real go-getter, and I get up all the time. And so I only sleep 5 hours a night. You would think, well, oh, that person must be burning a lot of energy. It's not true. What happens is our bodies adjust to that, and then we don't do a good job of maintaining our weight. So getting adequate sleep apnea, no sleep apnea, is very important for you, okay? Treatment. If you treat it, does it make a difference? Answer, yes. Overwhelming literature. If you have sleep apnea, you should treat it, right?